Student, we would like to continue a chapter, right? So far we know about the characteristics of Hassan and Mrs. Job, and at the same time we want to know about another important character is the physician A.J. Crowley, and the ship is moving, is it? Yes, to Arabian Sea. Uh, Meanwhile, so many Lascars or the worker in the ship caught smallpox. They were treated bravely by our hero Hassan the Serang with the help of Dr. A.J. Cronin. Lastly, now he showed his strong teeth in a sudden, fleeting smile. Are you careful yourself, Dr. Sahib? Indeed, I am, beside this my work. Both of them remain the epidemic spreading disease of smallpox here. Indeed, I am, beside this is my work. Do not worry, Dr. Sahib, I am strong and it is my work too. Very sincerely, faithfully replied by our hero, Srang Hassan. Next paragraph. It was so weighed down by responsibility that I had a slight concern for myself. I mean here, physician, that is Dr. A.J. Crowley. Although we were moving full steam ahead, Colombo, they are very near to Sri Lanka, Colombo, capital of Sri Lanka, Colombo. The nearest part of Kal was still 8 days away. In course of the next 48 hours, four more stokers went to join these others. That means four more stokers. That means a position in the ship. They are working as a stokers. They also caught small fox other on this after dark. They also admitted in the special room created by Hassan and Ajay Crowley. So a total 14 now. So 10 plus 4, 14 numbers. 14 patients are now there due to smallpox, right? And one of them earlier victim had lapsed into a coma. One of them is in a coma. Coma means ICU, just like that, where no moments, no conscious. This stages we can call as coma. Okay, seemed like to die at any hour. This is very serious. One of them is very serious and danger. Anytime he will die. Under this said load, I could not sleep. So it's a heavy work done by Hassan and the doctor. Doctor can't control because he's a fresh in his profession. That's why he can't alone control this disease, and he can't manage all these things. Now 14 persons are under smallpox, and one will become very serious, and he is in coma. There is no any proper equipments and proper staff. That's why Dr. A.J. Cronin is suffering too much. Only here gets some kinds of satisfaction and confidence with the help of Mr. Hassan. All right, next paragraph. And there, would I know I should find him, watchful and mute under the stars. That means the top of this top floor of this ship is here mentioned, when they can easily see the star and the blue sky and moon. But he is here, his watch, the star, that is our strength. He compared Hassan as a God's gift person. Maybe he's a star. How shall I describe the solace? Solace means sandwanam, that is called relief, with flowed towards me from him as he stood there in a meditation. Meditation means praying position. With his long arms folded on his bare chest, motionless as a statue. When a sick man groaned faintly, Muluga, groan means Muluga, he would step forward without sound. So secure him, help, secure means here, help him. And then returning, He would fold his arms while the ship surged slowly forward. Surgery means move. So now I already told doctor only supports with the help of, I mean, the activities of Mr. Hassan. Anytime Hassan's ready to serve, that is only the what is the strength of doctor now. So doctor too much appreciated the man. He can't explain what a man he was. He's a very close to the activities of God. Such kinds of person is Hassan. Anytime, if any patient is groaning or any moments, he's come fastly and he's helped his patients. So that's why doctor can't get a words for explain the deeds of work of activities of Mr. Hassan. He's really impressed Mr. Hassan. What a man he was. He's still surprised. He can't understand. Is such kinds of man is still alive in earth. Such a dedication, such a fearfulness. What is a God fearing? What is that? Everything is linked with the character of Hassan. So he's really surprised the activities of Hassan here. Then we want to know the character sketch of Hassan. This paragraph is fully the character sketch of Hassan here. Hassan had no fondness for speech. He don't like to more speech. I mean, he don't want to talk more. He don't like to. Fond means like. But despite the silence of a long night vigils, vigil means care, I gathered some fragments of his history. Doctor collected some of the fragments, piece of work, piece of that means history. He takes some information from Hassan. He was from Punjab, that's the province of India. Whence is a place. Here is a meaning place. His parents had wanted to southern India. They like so many in this coastal area. That means they means the parents are too much interested in the travel, especially in the coastal area, sea routes. He had it taken to seafaring life. That means they are more interested in seafaring life. That means journey or voyage in the sea. For nearly 40 years, he had given himself to the oceans of the world. That means he know very well about the oceans. What type of ocean is, which is that ocean name, what is the depth and width, and how many ships may be passing here and there. Everything very well known. He's fully interested in sea voyage. All right. For nearly 40 years, that means 40, he had given himself to the oceans of the world, and 15 of these years had been spent in this Ranaganchi. Total 40 years, 15 years spent in, that means 1 5, is spent in the ship of Ranaganchi itself. Indeed, he had no place on shore. He had no house. He had no property in this shore. Shore means in earth, nothing he had possessed. No relatives, no property, no house, no wife, no kids. Is neither family nor friends, even no friends also. In the great lands mass of India, he had never married. So this is the history of Hassan's taken from or explained by the words from the mouth of from the writing of A.J. Cronin. So that's the conditions are still as ship is moving towards Kolkata. Well, next paragraph. By religion, he was a Muslim. All his life, he had acquired nothing. This is also continuation of Mr. Hassan. Surely, this character sketch of Hassan is very important question in an examination. You must be care about that. Neither property nor money. His few possessions contained in his ship's chest might be worth a few rupees. He had only one box. In that box, maybe he kept some of the cloth and rupees. That is only his property, nothing more. Okay, okay. The thought hurt me. This is a hurt. This information hurt me, meaning disturbed in my mind. Whose mind? Doctor mind. And in an across a mistaken sympathy, he had sympathy towards Hassan. I exclaimed, surprised. Hassan, you are doing us so much in this emergency. The company must give you extra pay. His forehead is creased perplexedly. That means Hassan's history know very well about this doctor, and the doctor informed to us, and I will recommend it to the company to give more money to you. At that time, Hassan said it. Hassan's what is that? Hassan perplexedly means surprised, utter surprised, and creased means his forehead. Forehead is in disappointed way. That is a creased chuli. He was silently for a long moment and said it. Then he answered, "What use is money, Dr. Sahib, to one who has all the needs? I am well enough to where I am." That means you don't want money. He said that I don't want money. I want to live just like this. I have no greed about money, property, family, and everything. I want to live just like this. I don't want money. You don't want to recommend to company to more salary. That is Hassan. How can Hassan say like these words? Because he is the touch of God. Okay, that is a character sketch, two paragraph. We already know that Hassan's and his sincere work and his fearless attitude and his faithful activity. Everything is impressed by our doctor. Doctor then said that I will help you in the way of increased money. But he said that. He replied, this reply is shocked by Hassan, and Hassan's reply is shocked by doctor too. He was unmistakably sincere. This is also the paragraph of Hassan, third paragraph of character sketch of Hassan. Please mark three paragraph. Okay, completely detached. Detached means separate from the usual hop of reward. Separate. You don't want reward, you don't want money. Money had no interest for him. He had always despised it. It means here money. What is it here? Despise. It means here money. He don't like money. He is despise means പൈസ ക്യാഷ് കാണുമ്പോൾ പുച്ഛമാണ് ഹസൻ. ഹസൻ ഡിസ്പൈസ് പുച്ഛത്തോടെയാണ് ക്യാഷിനെ നോക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. Right? That means he is not interested in money. Instead, he had courage, self-control, and faith. That is his possession. That is a good quality. Another good qualities. What is that? Courage, self-control, and faith. Faith to God. Faith to human beings. The man he walked among lived poor and died poor. He want to live as poor and to want to die as poor. It had become the habit of his minds to disregard tomorrow. Disregard means avoid tomorrow. So that is a special feature of Hassan. Hassan, being a human being, has a good qualities. It is surprised by our Dr. A.J. Crowley. Right? The next paragraph, oh sorry, this continuation is, I already told you don't interested in money, you want to live same like that way. Okay, standing with him in this liquid moonlight, yes, they are on the top of this ship. I was stung by a strange pang. Pang means pain. Beside his clear simplicity, the world's value suddenly seemed gross. Gross means here useless thing. That means doctor had some kinds of pain. Why? Oh, Hassan is like this man. He don't want money. He don't want position. We don't want property. We don't want family. This has created some kinds of pain in the minds of doctor. A great party had started in saloon. Saloon means inside. That means too much rooms are there in this ship. One room is a party is going on. Indeed, as I viewed my own outlook towards the future, my passionate desire for success and wealth. Actually, Ajay Cronin is too much greed about money and property. That means that time in front of us, and he is now getting shame. That means my passionate, my desire, my greedy for success and wealth. Okay. I was conscious for the secret of shame. She became a shame in front of Hassan. Because Hassan don't want greed, don't want money, don't want the property, don't want family, don't want position, prestige, wealth. In front of Hassan, doctor became very ashamed because doctor is too much want money and position. Now doctor understood Hassan is actual person. On the following day, we lost two of our patients. The two patients are already dead. It was Hassan himself who sewed their shoes. അവരുടെ ശവസംസ്കാരങ്ങളെല്ലാം ശവക്കച്ച പെട്ടിയിലാക്കി അത് ready to bury, ready to throw from the ship to ocean. That shores means shavamanjam. Okay, ready. It is already ready. It was ready for. I mean, it was made by Hassan itself, who is in his hoarse and hollow voice read aloud a short passage from the Ramayana before their bodies. Because the patients too are Hindus, that's why Hassan asked before Mayat എടുക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പുള്ള പ്രാർത്ഥന. That means here the Hindu person has died. That's why Hassan that prayer. That's the quotings of Ramayana, one of the uh, holy books of Hindus, Ramayana and Mahabharata. One is Ramayana, and Ramayana that slogas, that means songs sung by or prayed by, I mean murmured by Hassan in this occasion. So, what a man he is, really, is it? The bodies have wrapped, covered in sailcloths with the weight at their feet were cast overboard at midnight. So, they are to prepare to bury this dead body or put down this dead body beneath of the sea. All right, then still is the going on there. Ship is moving, right? Okay, fine. So that's next paragraph, right? No fresh case developed. That means no fresh case means no other disease person came out. And a week later, we anchored. We are stopped. The ship is not stopped. We ship already anchored. Is that's the actual way. Nangura Miduga of Colombo. Soon, I mean Sri Lanka. The soon sick man had been taken off the hospital from the port, Sri Lankan port. They have to taken to hospital. Then this is a person. Several of the patients showed signs of having passed the crisis, but three helpless and delirious. Most of them must recover the smallpox, but three of them is delirious. That means they are still in danger. Delirious means here they have to pitchum peyum parayuka. That means they are not controlled. A mass of running sore means kuru, were carried in the arms of Hassan. Even Hassan's also caught smallpox. As we stood together, I saw that Srang's dark cheeks were wet with tears. Now Hassan also caught but smallpox. So the sincere worker also caught the smallpox because he is too much interfere with the matters of these patients. That's why he also caught the smallpox from the patients. So our passages through Bay of Bengal was brief and uneventful. Now this Bay of Bengal, the ship, I had barely time to recover myself or to realize that the epidemic had been confined. Before we were anchored alongside the quay at Kolkata. Quay means the place where goods are imported. The place goods are imported, they're taken down from the ship, large ship. This place is called quay. That means they are now in the Kolkata. The ship is now reaching Kolkata. Suddenly at my elbow, I heard a familiar shrilling of Miss Job Smith. Now Job Smith again come and say something. Oh, look, Rooney. Rooney means AJ Cronin, they called Rooney. There is that absurd creature again. That means they again mock to Hassan. Creature, the word is used. Once more, I followed their untied gas. And there again, down in the aft hall, knocking out the hatch. Hatch means that means equipments batten to unload the baggage. കപ്പൽ പായ ഉറപ്പിക്കുന്ന equipment. Who was the object of their mirth? Hassan. Hassan is a person who had to do the such kinds of duty when he has to, when the ship is on anchor. He had too much work to deliberately to taken down the goods, and at the same time to other equipments you want to tighten, especially this hatch battered to unload the baggage. The hunters from this is a quotation, this is a very important word. Maybe paragraph question will ask who said these words to whom. The hunters from the Cheltenham swung round, bent her wit, her fascinations upon me. Where did you keep him during the entire voyage, Doctor dear? In a special cage. That's a very, very what is a brutal question asked by Mrs. Jobs. Where you keep monkey? Which cage? ഏത് കൂട്ടിലാണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ നികൃഷ്ടജീവിയെ പാർപ്പിച്ചിരുന്നത്? That's who is this worst animal, brutal animal? Hassan. Who considers his brutal animal? Job Smith and their friends. So still they're mocking. They're talking to AJ Cronin against Hassan. At that time, doctor became very angry to Job Smith because Hassan doctor know very well about Hassan and his contribution. So he's too much angry and he don't like the words of Job Smith. At that time, he gave a good reply to Job Smith. This a silenced version of this sang's nobility rising before me. That means you know Hassan and his nobility and faithfulness and his love. Yes, in a way, it was a cage, but it is not a cure. Miss Job Smith, the animals were all outside. Then, indirectly, doctor said that actually animals are you and your people. Job Smith and your people are animal. Actually, he is not animal. He is not animal. You please go outside. That's a word used by Hassan against Job Smith. That's about the story. So we must be remembered character sketch of Hassan, very important. Character sketch of Job Smith, character sketch of AJ Cronin. That's things as very important. And here I will given this meaning. Just I will given the question answer too. What's the question answers? Everything is here. And this activities question papers also here. See that letter. Speech is here, role play here, and the ship parts also, ship position also here. This is the ship positions. You must be know about what is the ships, which part, everything by picturized here. And this is also this paragraph question. The first question comes in the question paper is like this. That means exam oriented like these questions. It's very important also. All right. And this is the things has to write. This paragraph question is there. The last sentence is there, no? In this, the page number 117 in the textbook. There's the last paragraph. There's a last two paragraph. That question comes out in this question paper. Who is under here? Everything. And this answer is I given here. This is a paragraph question. 1 mark. Should be also remember. Read the textbook 5 times or 6 times as you like. Then understood the characters, then understood the events, then understood the narration. Then you can easily write any type of question from here. Understood? So that's about this chapter. Some of the questions here have there. I all told there is no 1, 2, 3 question paper not come. But the thing is that paragraph question will come, character sketch will come, essay will come, connected those. Character, 3 characters also I already told. You must be right in your own way. I already told to mark this paragraph, and if you have a letter writing, is sometimes it will comes here, speech will come, sir. And also here is that some of the sometimes comes in the way of it's a view. It's explained or narrator itself is the author. You're walking in the ship, isn't it? That's the most important thing you want to know that. All right. So just want to know about some of the questions we want to discuss. Just to discuss. So I already told this. What is the most important thing is the letter writing is there, and other thing is character sketch. I already told you that. And then what is that? Most important thing is that paragraph question is also there. So you must be know these things. Then it's very easy for you. Okay. All right. Okay. Then the appearance of serang. What is the appearance? He was short and looked ugly. He had a what? He had a yes. He had a short legs and large disproportionate head. That is not a proper head. Okay, who are the passengers? I already told tourist and Indo-Anglican army and their families. Character sketch of Job Smith. That is very important. You should write in notebook. Was chief of the social promoters of the ship. She was well dressed and looked pretty. She was first class passengers on the Ranaganchi. She was always seen with her male companion. Rooney, she spoke to her friend about the Indian sang Hassan. Insulting Hassan was a short and somewhat ugly. She proved herself to be cheap of insulting Hassan was a gum of a person. Then condition of the two patients. The two seamen looked ill. They complained that they had ache and pain. Ache means a headache and and back pain bonds. They had a fever also. This is a symptom of smallpox, isn't it? Both of them looked frightened. Their tongues were covered with a thick saliva. Saliva means uminir. Their skin was dry. Okay, these are the symptoms of smallpox, isn't it? Doctor, how can I understand that their people are smallpox? Cronin discovered hard little nodules. Nodules means nodules. That means kurug. Under the seaman's wrist skin. He concluded it was a symptom of smallpox. Captain Humble and character sketch of Captain Humble. Job Smith character, humble character is a captain, and Hassan character, AJ Cronin character. This character sketch, four important character sketch are in this. So you must be write this humble character sketch also. Humble was a well-built man of 55. He was known as a strict disciplinarian. When the doctor informed him to this what that means that he was caught by smallpox, he asked the doctor to do his best, right, for preventing the spreading. Okay. Next question, seventh one. Where and how the shelter formed? Hassan made a canvas shelter at the back side of the deck where other passengers had no access. That means other passengers don't know where it is the shelter. They don't see. How did this means Hassan cared the patient? The Sarang Hassan cared the patient with the compassion. It was a situation in which he needed great strength and patience. He took care of the dumb and calm and undisturbed manner. The doctor had to beg him to careful, warned him to go too close to them to the parents. But the Sarang was not afraid. Okay. Then Cronin collect about the Sarang. That means Cronin view about Hassan. His name was Hassan and belonged to Punjab. His parents had moved to South India. Like many others, he took the seafaring. For 40 years, he had been traveling in these various oceans of the world. He had spent 15 years in Ranaganchi. He had no place on shore. He had no friends or family. He had acquired no money, no property. As an attitude in life, money was nothing as to him, and he had what he needed. He was quite happy the way he was. The present life, he was happy. He didn't want any money for extra service. You don't want to think about tomorrow also. Okay. This question also very important of them, and this is very important. Another one is that, do you agree A.J. Cronin remarks the animals were all outside? That is A.J. Cronin said to Mr. Job. I do agree with A.J. Cronin remark. Miss Job Smith and her companion Rooney proved themselves to be animals. The animals here, Job Smith and his friends. Sang is a human being, very good, great person, great service. That's why he said like this. Animals here, this is Job Smith and his friends. Okay, then next is Jack Cronin should have reported the selfless efforts of Hassan. Is what he said. In a normal situation, doctor should have done that, but when Dr. Cronin indeed about it, Hassan said that there was no need for it. He added that he was happy with it. Means here money. All right, that's about the things so far we have discussed. Okay. Then here letter is there, isn't it? You know A.J. Cronin, the physician of the ship, extremely impressed by the service of Hassan. Imagine that after the voyage, Cronin writes a letter to the company, that means ship company, for the selfless service to Hassan rendered during the voyage. How they write the letter? So you must be know how to write the letter, right? Fine. Here is the thanking you, A.J. Cronin, chief physician of Ranaganchi. Okay. So next one is speech. Here is a speech is here. So you know how to write a speech. Respected director of the company. That means A.J. Cronin conducted a speech here. So in front of the company members, company owners, about the voyage and about Hassan. Then the conversation, Job Smith and Hassan. Imaginary conversation is there. Then here ship parts and everything is there. Position and ship. After the chart is there. How to what is the duty? What is the duty of this? That's no needed duty. All right. So that's the things you must be doing. So remember, once it may be has say. Second is a 4-character sketch. Mr. Hassan, Job Smith, A.J. Cronin, Mr. Humble. So very important question is there like this ones. Among them, one should surely comes here. So be careful to write this character sketch and everything is there. That's very important. So far, our completed over the serang of Ranaganchi. The serang name is Hassan. Ranaganchi is the oldest ship. Okay, it was a time during the British rule. A.J. Cronin is the narrator. He worked in there as a physician in the ship. With the help of Hassan, A.J. Cronin did his work there. And A.J. Cronin also defeated by the activities of Mr. Hassan. Really, Hassan is a surprise element connected to his service. Doctors really surprised about Hassan. And his mind and his uh, activities are surprised, really exclaimed or surprised by A.J. Cronin, the doctor or the physician. So that's about this. Nothing more. Read again and again. Find out the character sketch of 4 and essay, speech, letter also. Complete your notes, right? Okay, that's so. Today we will meet again. See you. Take care.